Today I'm talking with one of my clients, Kelly, who I've been working with for a while and just reached a record month. Over the $1 million a year run rate. She hit nearly $90,000 in a month. And she's going to share some really helpful lessons she's learned, how she's done it, and some more amazing words of wisdom. So, hope you enjoy. All right. Hello, everyone. I am here with Kelly, who's been a part of our mastermind for group practice owners for a little bit of time. And hopefully, you've had a pretty good time. So, Kelly, would you mind giving a little bit of an introduction on yourself and your practice?
Yeah, my name's Kelly Harrison, and I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I started out in individual practice pretty much when I became a clinician, but then I started my own group practice in 2019, and it's grown over the years, but it had reached a place where it was just like stagnant. I just was like, why can't I break through to this next barrier? I have about 12 clinicians and a med manager now that I've hired. But I would say I sought out Griffin services because we just needed more clients. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, I know I need to do ads. And the ads have been really helpful. And now we're at our highest month of like close to 90,000 a month for
Nice.
October. And I started working with Griffin in June. So
Yeah,
great
pretty
results.
pretty cool, pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, it's number one. I think Kelly, you've also done a lot of the stuff, which has really been great. And it seems like you're on the path to continuing to grow. Um, what would you say have been the biggest? So you were stuck for a while.
Yeah.
What do you feel like? Obviously, ads and getting more clients from that is great. What have been the sort of pillars that you feel like have been the most helpful so far?
Yeah. I think one of the things that you taught us was how to work on the Google business profile. And I've
Hmm.
been pretty diligent about adding posts to it every week. And just trying to kind of keep that going. I've also been getting more familiar with profit and loss statements and
Hmm.
trying to see forecasting where we might be and like what do we need to get to this next place. And I think just identifying goals as well. And then I think also part of the marketing that you've talked about is maybe a lot of like the networking. And so I've implemented some systems to reach out to referral sources, and I'm gonna be starting to work on hopefully making new referral
Hmm.
sources. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems like, I mean, maybe all the stuff is adding more clients to the practice. What were you at average monthly new clients per month? Maybe back at the beginning of the
You
year
know,
or the
it
summer.
it would fluctuate. I had two clinicians leave this year, so that was a big hit. And so I think we had gone from like maybe 75,000 a month to like a lower month was maybe like 58, which is not ideal.
Mhm.
And so I think we were kind of inching back up towards the 60s and the 60s. But I think since adding the med manager and the ads working, like I think that's what's made this our best month yet.
Okay, makes sense. So yeah, so I think you said you're over 30 new clients added last month, maybe
Yeah,
something
34 in
34 last
September.
month. Nice. And then and we still got a week left in October, but
Mhm.
probably something similar, maybe a little bit less into
Yeah.
this month. But maybe you were at 10 to 20 a month before that or something, or what were you
Yeah,
kind of
I don't
doing?
even, yeah, like I wasn't really tracking the conversions before. So that's the thing.
Hmm.
I think Griffin's really helped me like, well, how many of those have converted? And so really
Hmm.
kind of keeping track of those numbers is important.
Hmm.
In August, we only had 8 new clients. And then
Okay.
in September to go to 34, like it just tells me all these different things that I've been doing has been helpful. I
Yeah.
didn't do advertising before. It was all like, Psychology Today or, word of mouth or other providers that I knew.
Yeah. Makes sense. So yeah, it's does advertising add people to the business? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, well, I mean, Kelly, it's been great working with you and seeing your growth and seeing your continued sort of increases in the business and the sort of steps that are being taken because it's tough when clinicians leave and you take a, you go backwards a little bit, but
Yeah.
if that eventually helps you go to the better place, that'd be really great. In terms of the actual experience of the mastermind, I mean, what has it been like in terms of how much time you've had to spend, or I guess, does it feel like it's been a big change in your sort of workload jumping into
Um,
this?
I think it's more of a mental change of my workload and realizing like if I don't devote time on the business, like it's gonna stay stagnant. I can keep throwing advertising dollars at it, but if I don't do some of these practices and implement the things you've talked about, I'm not really gonna reach my goals.
Hmm.
And so, and I would just say too, like back in February, March, I was feeling so hopeless with the two people leaving and so disappointed and discouraged. I was like, maybe I just want out of this.
Hmm.
But I just had to put one foot in front of the other. And then I came across you, and I just really feel like, I have a lot of hope for the
Hmm.
future to build what my dream has been. And I really want to hit the $1 million mark in revenue. And then I want to surpass that.
Hmm. That's really amazing. I mean, I don't want to just say it was me, but what
I
do you
know.
feel like gave you, I don't know, the strength to keep going? Is it just like, well, I can't stop doing it because I'm already in it, but like through that trough, because that's very common, in terms of
Yeah.
business,
I would
what helps you keep going?
I would say a couple of things. Like one was like my personal faith in God, like calling me into this.
Hmm.
Two was um just I had a lease and I was like, I'm to get it through till the lease is over in November of
Hmm.
2026. So how do I make that happen?
Hmm.
But now I would say I'm not considering closing the business. I feel very hopeful that I can make it grow and really become what I need it to be and meet more and really serve more people. That's my goal, right? Like I want to serve more people in the community. I hate when somebody comes to our website or calls us and we don't have space for them
Hmm.
and you have to refer them to elsewhere, or maybe they just get lost in the shuffle trying to find somebody and they just give up.
Hmm. Yeah. 100%. So you can serve more people, build a better business, build a more profitable business, build something that runs a little bit better
Yeah,
too. Seems better than struggling along. And not to say that's where you were, but like I think
absolutely.
that,
I was.
and I'll just say from a lot of group practice owners that we work with, it's not that they don't work really hard. It's what do you do and when do you do it, right? And can we get ads to work and can we get some of the other things, the systems in the background to get more clients and get the profitability up so that we start to build traction and momentum, you know?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you have good momentum now?
I do. I think the momentum's really grown a lot. Like I feel like
Uh,
having your support and your guidance and you knowing business and I don't, that's just been really helpful. I really respect you and your advice and your guidance. And yeah, I have a lot of hope for the future.
Sounds great. Cool. Well, would you say anything else to even maybe let's say like the past version of you from 6 months ago, pretend someone else that thinking about kind of growing their group practice, what sort of words of advice would you maybe say?
Well, you can't do it on your own. Like if you do, you're going to burn out.
Hmm.
You need other specialists, if you will, who help you, whether it's um, somebody like you who works on the marketing piece, or somebody who works on the finances, or somebody who,
Hmm.
works on the website, all these things. Um, I think too, you need to have a focus of like where do you want to go? What's your ideal goal or your ideal
Hmm.
client, I should say, and really narrow in on your focus so that you can then kind of establish those goals. Like I think that's one thing I've learned from you. Like, so what is your next goal and like how do we get there? And and breaking it down into more
Hmm.
concrete steps.
100%. I think that's really, really good. And again, I see a lot of people who they want better than they have, but they haven't really defined what that is. And so, yeah, knowing what your next step is, knowing whether you need someone else to do it or if it's going to be you, because it's also the case that, I mean, I don't necessarily expect you to become a wizard at Google Ads. It's like, and I don't think you ever need to in order to use that as a tool for the business, right? And to really leverage it into a better way. So,
Or
um,
do I want to become an expert in that?
yeah, and you don't like. I think as well, getting to the $1 million per year mark is it's about quality systems across the board, but it's also not that you have to be the one running each system and that you have to be the one who's built every single system within the business, you know?
Hmm.
So good job on all that you have done it and focusing as well on giving your clinicians a really, really, amazing place to work.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Griffin. I appreciate that. I really
Mm,
appreciate you support you provide. So thanks.
cool. Thanks. All right, cool. Well,
Awesome.
thanks, Callie.